Hey everyone, Dave Hagan here. We're going to change things up a little bit and slow it down today. Periodically, I want to have a discussion about credit cards in general. I'm calling it the Credit Card Roundtable. Brian Reed is here with me today in the studio. Let's get going because we have a lot to say. That's today on the Financial Wellness Podcast.
Welcome to the Financial Wellness Podcast, Dave's weekly message to keep you on your path to financial success. Here is your host, financial problem solver and talk show host, Dave Hagan.
Hey, thanks, Nick. So today's Credit Card Roundtable is going to be themed or called the credit card experience. We're going to explore some of the issues around the total credit card experience, like celebrity endorsements, advertising slogans, and even the look and feel of those cards. What can we take away from today by looking at that experience? I think you'll find it interesting. Today in the studio with me is Brian Reed, my friend of many years. As you remember, Brian and I worked together for a long period of time administering cases for the bankruptcy courts. He's seen thousands and thousands and thousands of bankruptcy cases, and I figure he's got some pretty good ideas and stories about how people interact with their credit cards. Welcome, Brian.
Thanks for having me, Dave. Always a good time.
First, let's set the table. First of all, let's get some statistics. In the United States, we spend $4 trillion a year on our credit cards. That's $4 trillion in volume on our credit cards.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Now, the U.S. government operates on $1.1 trillion, or if you're listening to the news lately, $1.3 trillion. It keeps going up. But they're operating on about a fourth of what we run through on our credit cards every year.
Does anyone else hear the bomb just ticking and it's about to go off?
It makes you wonder, doesn't it? It just makes you wonder. Americans have built up on their credit cards a little over $1 trillion in credit card debt. Now, after the recession, that went down, but it's back up over $1 trillion. And that $1 trillion has got interest at an average rate of 17.5%. Almost 18% interest on that $1 trillion, and we're all paying it. The default rate on those credit cards about 2% to 5%, depending upon what's going on that year. The average person has 2.2 major credit cards in their pocket and 1.5 credit cards that come from stores in their pocket. The average balance is $5,000, but only about 1 in 3 people actually carry debt. Brian, can any of this be good?
No. Wait, let me think about that. No, this is just all, like I said, this is a ticking time bomb again. People are using their credit cards to live off of, and it's blind spending, and it's just shiny cards. People see it. We're being bombarded with, as we're going to talk about, advertisements, Capital One, American Express. They're spending billions to get a percentage of that trillions, and Americans are falling for it.
Yeah, no, so true. I mean, if I was in the business, I don't begrudge him this. If I was in the business, I'd want a larger slice of that $4 trillion pie. Oh my goodness, even a little bit. Just a tiny little slice of that represents a lot of money. But people got to wake up. We all participate in this system. We have to participate in this system practically. You need to get a tow truck or rent a car, whatever you do. But wow, we got to be smart about it. And the statistic that concerns me the most is the $1 trillion in debt that's built up at 18%. I mean, who does that knowingly, right?
It's just too easy. You fill out an application and do you really need this item, or is it an impulse purchase? And all you have to do is swipe. And it's not even swiping anymore. It's just insert.
Yeah.
Just insert that card into the machine for a couple seconds, and you get to have that item that you probably don't need.
Beep, and you walk out the door with it.
Or even Apple Pay.
There you go.
Yeah, even easier. Apple Pay, your phone comes somewhere near the terminal, and it's a done deal. You don't even have to put it in the slot anymore.
No, they're doing everything possible to make it as easy as possible for us to make a purchase without any real transaction happening. It's just a swipe.
Yeah. No, I agree. So true. And they make it even easier with these celebrity endorsements. It's like, hey, I want to be like that person. Tina Fey says, hey, I can use that credit card. I'm cooler. Or Jerry Seinfeld says, oh, you're funny or what have you. The original credit card celebrity endorsement, I think, was Carl Malden. You remember that? He was in kind of that overcoat, kind of like his Streets of San Francisco days. And do you remember what the theme was? American Express. Don't leave home without it. Does that bring back some memories or what, guys?
I actually do
Right?
remember that, seeing that as a kid, and he's playing on the fear. Bad things can happen. You can lose your wallet, and all of a sudden you need instant replacement of your goods, and American Express is there for you.
Yeah. No, and it makes you wonder. I mentioned Tina Fey already. What a wonderfully talented comedian. I'm such a Tina Fey fan. But a credit card? I mean, she's shilling for Amex and doing jokes for Amex. That's kind of too bad. I hope she got a whole lot of money for selling her name. Jerry Seinfeld. All I could say about that is, really?
Really?
Really? Samuel L. Jackson, a phenomenal actor, had a piece in Star Wars. He's done some really great dramatic parts. And he's doing these goofy ads where they shine his head all up and they give him these bright colored suits and stuff, and they're goofy. It really makes you wonder. What about Jennifer Gardner? What is that whole commercial about? Is it about her or the image or that airplane that folds around and folds up or whatever? It's a beautiful commercial.
They're the celebrities, and especially that's why they love, I think, to use comedians, is because comedians say funny things, or we think we're about to laugh, so we're actually listening. Now think about that versus just any other. They're going to take some person off the street and talk about their credit card.
Yeah.
All right. Well, who are you? I don't care. But if Tina Fey all of a sudden pops on the screen, she's funny. She's going to say something funny. She's going to be in something that's funny. So I'll actually listen and pay attention. And guess what? Just got their message across to us.
Yeah. I even saw a series of funny commercials that Alex Baldwin did. In his own words, one of our greatest acting treasures of our time. and he's done some great stuff. Hunt for Red October and 30 Rock. Great stuff. But he's out there shilling out. What did you say? Capital One? Was that the company?
Yeah, he was Capital One. Jimmy Fallon was Capital One. Tina Fey, Jennifer Garner. Now they're doing the whole Charles Barkley, the basketball player, with Samuel L. Jackson, and they brought in Spike Lee because it's the March Madness tournament right now, and they've done an entire series of those three knuckleheads traveling across the country to get down to San Antonio for the March Madness tournament. And it's the road trip. It's got a buddy feel. They go shopping for Western attire.
I saw that.
They do. They're eating barbecue. And I'm personally, I don't think the ads are very funny. But with, at least for me, for Charles Barkley, all right, maybe you'll get, a funny line that's going to come out. So, and they're investing the money. How much do you think they're paying for Spike Lee, Samuel L. Jackson, and Charles Barkley?
Yeah, that's some heavy duty folks.
And I think there's maybe 8 to 10 spots they've done.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah. Last week I was searching around the internet to try and find out what some of these celebrity endorsers were getting paid. I couldn't find anything. That means the number must be so egregious. And good for them. If someone walks up to you and says, you want $10 million for saying 3 sentences, I think the answer is pretty clear. But golly, doesn't that put some kind of a hit or some kind of a damper on their likability or their career? What do you think about that?
I don't, maybe back in the day, there was some sort of a stigma between movie stars and entertainment people coming down to television. I mean, we're here in Los Angeles, so we know about the industry, and we see it every day. And the guy who looks like George Clooney at Starbucks actually is George Clooney. We all have our stories, but I think that there was a time when movie stars weren't allowed to go down to the small screen. Just wasn't looked upon as something that a true movie star would do. But that's all changed. There's where people can make money, they will make money. So the movie stars will accept television commercial spots, and they've been doing it in Europe for years. They are, and in Asia especially, I believe. I know that Tom Cruise was doing commercials for products over there, and his wife, or his former wife, Nicole Kidman, as well. Huge commercial and perfume stuff, but we didn't really see that here, at least not that I noticed until, recently.
Yeah. Yeah. I was again looking on the internet, and I saw that there's even branded cards. So these celebrities have their names on cards. I saw that there was a Magic Johnson prepaid MasterCard. Oh, Irvin, that was tough to take. I'm such a fan. Justin Bieber, not a fan. Justin Bieber prepaid card. I mean, what's with that? Disney Rewards Visa with, Mr. M. Mouse all over it. I saw a card for Elvis. You can get an Elvis card. It's the Elvis Foundation, but it's an Elvis card. It's like, seriously? That would look a little strange handing it to someone in the store. Even worse, there's a Hello Kitty Visa card. Now, isn't Hello Kitty, help me out here, isn't that like a kitty cartoon?
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah.
An Asian one, I believe.
And the credit card people are saying, well, we don't market towards the youth or whatever. I can't imagine anything younger than a Hello Kitty card. And what's going to be the expression on the cashier when Brian Reed walks up and hands him a Hello Kitty card? It just seems a little out of place. I don't know.
Well, the card just goes so well with my Hello Kitty backpack.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, you want to be accessorized. Oh my goodness. What about advertising? I mean, that's a whole nother level. If you look at like a football game, the ads are all credit cards and trucks. What must people from another planet think about us if they see what the ads are? They're all like credit cards and trucks. I mean, they've got these crazy slogans. They've got these crazy themes that they're doing. It's kind of nuts. It seems a little overboard. So I was looking again on the internet, and I came up with a whole bunch of thoughts or a whole bunch of slogans that I found on the internet. I thought that would be kind of funny to talk about some of these.
Oh boy, this is going to be good.
Here we go. Here's one. You know what you're doing. The American Express Optima card. Really?
Go ahead. Run with these scissors. Run with them. It's okay.
Right.
You know what you're doing.
You're using our card at 18%.
Please.
And you know what you're doing. Membership changes everything. Amex Platinum. Boy, Amex can't get a break with us today, but it changes everything. Will it change the color of my hair? Because I'd like brown hair again. Oh my goodness. It's like being a kid in a rewards store. The American Express Blue. I don't know. That's like the ultimate bad message.
I'm not even sure I understand that.
Yeah. What is that? I don't know. Here's another one. Don't leave home without it. We know that. We know that one. Yeah. Here's one. It's your window to the things you want. Sony card from Capital One. At least not Amex this time. Now we're busting on Capital One. Yeah. Now we're kicking them. But it's the window to the things you want, not need. Want
things you want. Go
things
ahead.
You want.
Do it.
Yeah.
Dave, do it.
Do it.
Buy it.
Just
do
buy
it.
it.
It's okay. Do it. You've earned it.
Here's a good one. Your flexible friend. Access credit card in England and Ireland. You're flexible. That's your flexible friend. That sounds like someone in your yoga class or something. I mean, your flexible friend. Oh, here's one. Get the card that gets you the car. Ford Citibank card. Put a car on your credit card. Lord help you. Lord help you.
Wow.
Yeah. Never miss another mile. Citibank Advantage.
Ah. There you go.
Yeah.
They're doing the whole don't miss out.
Yeah.
You're missing out unless you're doing things. And use our card.
Yeah. And I'm not making this stuff up. This was all available on the internet, helping you find profits in new places. MasterCard Corporate. By paying interest?
Yep.
Wait, here's one with an even worse message. More living, less limits.
Sounds like more life.
How about more living, more debt?
Yeah, right? Get more out of plastic. Barclay card. Are they still around? I don't know.
I don't even know.
Who are they?
Barclay card? Yeah, I don't know. How about this one? It's everywhere you want to be.
Visa.
Visa. We remember that.
Remember that one.
Yeah, because we heard that over and over and over again. Oh, this is my favorite. Plastic surgery you have to have.
That's a good one. I actually like that one.
We're near Hollywood, sort of, and that makes sense. They probably market it a lot in Bev Hills, right?
Yeah.
Great coffee now has its own currency, the Starbucks payment card.
I could have guessed that one.
Oh, Starbucks E2. Oh, man.
Does Starbucks have a deal with Visa? Do they have their own credit card?
They must. They must have their own card, yeah. I mean,
Wow.
everyone's got their own card, it seems, right? It's crazy. It pays to pay. Now, that doesn't make sense. What? Morgan Stanley credit card. It pays to pay. I don't know.
All right, so maybe they're talking about the cash rewards or something. The credit card, pays you to... I don't got it.
Well, I know there's some cards that'll give you like a point when you charge and a point when you pay. Now,
Okay, maybe that's it.
so it pays to pay. Maybe that's what it means. But I mean, if you don't know that piece, you're just going, it pays to pay. You scratch your head and wonder what's going on. Here's an ego card. Let it speak for you. HSBC Gold Credit Card. So you just whip out the card and all of a sudden you have made it.
Yes. Now, are you supposed to hold it up like you're making a toast?
I think you do.
When you pay the bill, do you have to say, "Excuse me, I'm about to use my gold card"?
Here it is.
Does everyone see it? Because I'm paying a lot to have this card. Thank you.
And the companion HSBC card, where the motto is "Live more," because without the card you live less. I mean,
where's the the hospital card that's like "Live longer"?
Yeah. I'm not making this up. Use it when money matters. The credit card of Halifax Bank. Doesn't money always matter? I like this one.
boy.
For larger living. Some card in Singapore. Don't spend more. Spend smarter. The GM Gold Card.
Does it come with coupons or something?
I don't know. These are crazy. These are crazy themes. Here's the one that I think is just as wrong as it could be. It's smart money. It's smart money. And I don't remember the name of the credit card anymore. It's smart money. I mean, maybe it's convenient. Maybe there's some kind of aura of success. But is it smart money? 18% is never going to be smart money.
Yeah, I would love a description or definition of how that is smart money.
Yeah. How about this credit card? Remember this? Do you know me? I think it was Amex. And they said, do you know me? And they had a series of celebrities, going back to our celebrity theme. And they would talk about them and then and it would show their name being typed on the Amex card.
Oh, I remember
that one?
Well, I remember that they used to put... Didn't the card appear at the very end and the name would, letter by letter, like an old typewriter or something would come in?
Yeah. Now, you know what the crazy part is? Here we're kicking the advertising, but it works. I mean, we're remembering this stuff. It's created, some
brand awareness,
right.
some space in our brain. Does it mean we're necessarily going to run out and get that card? I don't know. But it depends upon your motivation for having a particular card. But I guess it does work. It's like the deodorant ads that you see over and over again at night. Some little crummy jingle. Sometimes it just sticks in your head and it works. But it's kind of crazy when you think about it. It's kind of crazy. What about the way the card looks? Is some image involved with that? Most of them are plastic. Typically, they had the raised numbers. Now they're smooth.
Sometimes they're actually, a friend of mine, actually, this God's honest truth, true story. She got some card for her business, and she really liked the way it felt because it was metal. And it was a little bit thicker than most of the others, and it had some weight to it. So there was a tactile sensation, and it caught her attention.
Right.
The way a shiny bauble will catch anyone's attention. It's how are we different?
And you know I love shiny baubles. I had one of those metal cards. I'm telling you, it's the God's truth. And it comes in the mail, and I go, wow, this is pretty nice, smooth metal, and I was really digging it. And then I get my my statement 6 months down the line, and there's a membership fee on there. and I called them up and I said, the reason I opened this account with y'all is because there's no membership fee. I don't pay membership fees on my cards. So maybe we're done. But why are you just putting it? Why are you putting it on my account now all of a sudden? And they said, well, when we sent you the metal card, that's an enhanced program that we have, and we thought that for sure you'd want that, so we sent out the new card, and that just comes with the membership fee. And I said, well, wait a minute, what happened to the old plastic card then? So this metal card was costing me like $55 a year. And they said, well, we can set you up for the old program that you were in. We didn't think that you would want that. Of course, you won't get the metal card. We'll have to send you out the regular plastic one. And you know what? I almost thought about keeping the metal one for a minute. I'm going, God, it is nice, Didn't go off in the airport in the metal detector, so maybe there was something in there besides.
Were they
metal.
calling you Mr. Hagen Esquire? Were they trying to play up to your sense of professionalism and having the nicer physical card?
Yeah. I don't think they liked hearing from me at all. They don't want to take these complaints. How about that black card? Have you seen those black cards?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh man, those are cool. I love those. The story goes around that there was an NBA player, and he had terrible financial problems, and they asked him what his financial goals was. And his number one goal, I want to keep the black card. Like, serious? There's someone that's been sold a whole bucket of hooey,
Protect the image.
Yeah, but they're cool. I got to tell you, I looked in one time to seeing what it would take to get a black card, and the membership fee is like $250. That's like taking stupidity to the limit, right?
Look, go buy a Sharpie for $1.85 and color your credit card black. No one's going to know what it is, and they'll be like, ooh, what is that?
Yeah. Although I got to tell you, I was recently having dinner with 4 or 5 guys, and at the end of the meal, we all, threw our card in and, say, hey, let's just split it.
Credit card roulette?
It was like that. And I was kind of checking out what kind of card the other guys had, because I just got this cheapy, no membership fee red one from somewhere.
Have you ever played credit card roulette?
No, I never played credit.
It's actually kind of fun.
What's credit card roulette?
Imagine that dinner that you were at. You all throw your credit cards in the middle.
Yeah.
You have the
waiter
or the waitress come back, and they reach into somebody's hat.
Yeah.
You throw all the cards in a hat. The waiter or waitress reaches into the hat, pulls out one card, and that person is paying for all of dinner.
That's the winner.
And all of the tip.
That's
everything.
That's brutal. I don't think I would like that game. Thank you. Especially with 4 or 5, big.
Well,
players.
look, you got a 20% chance of losing and an 80% chance of winning.
I guess. Oh man.
Roll the dice.
How about the clear credit card? You ever see that? It was clear with a little symbol embedded in the middle. Those were pretty cool, I thought. I had one of those for a while.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think I've seen an Amex like that. Actually, it's clear, and then nowadays it just has a little chip on it.
Yeah,
that's about it.
Yeah, it was kind of cool, but it's around in your wallet, and guys sit on their wallet all day long, so stuff gets pretty scruffy, and it scratched pretty easily. It didn't look too good in too short a time. But look at this. Look at us. Here we're talking about the dangers of advertising this, and we're talking all of a sudden wistfully about credit cards that we knew or had, or even advertising slogans, and I don't know. That's kind of crazy when you think about it.
And to think that some of us, have had or do have some of these credit cards.
Right. No, exactly. Whoa! Look at the time. We're running out of time. We could go on talking about this stuff for hours, but we're out of time. So let's sum up just a little bit. Celebrities are making a lot of money endorsing cards. The advertising campaigns really do get into our head and we carry them with us. Even the cards have some kind of allure to them, but we've got to be a little smarter than that. We can't be manipulated by that. We don't want to get caught up in that $1 trillion of debt that's growing interest at the rate of 17
to 18.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So something to think about for the next week. This is Dave Hagan, and you've been listening to the Financial Wellness Podcast.
You've been listening to the Financial Wellness Podcast, Dave's weekly message to keep you on the road to financial success. If you'd like Dave to answer any of your questions, email them to dave@davidrhagan.com. Until next week, this is your announcer, Nick Appel, wishing you every financial success.